What an incredible movie and performance.
Ah, thanks so much.
I wanted to ask, to me, one of the defining moments of many of the character for Steve is that he seems unwilling to face certain personal challenges. And I'm curious, because it got me thinking about myself, and I'm curious if for you, there are, in that process of doing that with him, you uncovered in yourself any things you just cannot face in life or personally.
Oh man, that'll be a bit too much to cover in 5 minutes. I think. I think we'd run out of time if we try to cover them all.
Are there ways you got into that character and that space for him from your own personal life? The ways you connected to that part of him?
Well, I've spoken about this a lot. Both my parents are retired teachers, and so I grew up sort of in the wake of the cost that it exacted on my parents, you know, emotionally and professionally, and how they would just be so dedicated to their work and to those kids in school, and then they would come home and they would have to look after their own teenagers, and so I knew it. And then also I was in school, or I was in the classroom. I was, you know, so you don't think about it as just something you're in, and you're just kind of passively moving through this education system. But actually, you realize there's all these people working so hard to give you this information and to guide you along the path. And I think now, as I get older, my respect for that profession has deepened immensely.
I'm curious, to that note, if, you know, people who are doing the work that Steve does in the world, you talk about your parents being in education, but in this specific, sort of challenging, but it requires so much of your heart and soul. Is there something you would say to them if you could, the people who do that and face it every day?
No, I mean, it's not for me to tell them how to do their job or to give them advice. I mean, I suppose I could say to the kids, go easy on them, you know. But a lot of educators and teachers groups have watched, and carers have watched this film, and there's a real kind of sense of gratitude that they are seeing themselves represented on screen, and in an imperfect way. You know, they're not being kind of glorified or made superhuman, or anything. They're just like struggling and failing and trying to do the right thing, and it seems to really resonate with them.
Yeah, that's certainly one of the unique and beautiful things about it. I want to ask a little off topic. With 28 years later and Bone Temple and beyond happening, yeah. I'm curious, was Jim coming back always part of the plan? And whether or not, what excites you most about, now that it's confirmed, that you are returning in some way down the line?
Well, I'm an exec producer on these films, but like, these guys kind of know what they're doing. they're like master storytellers, and Danny Boyle is just one of the greats. I think for me, it's just you know, it's very special that film still resonated. We made that movie. It's not quite 28 years ago, but it's a long time ago. And The Bone Temple, which comes out in January, it's a fantastic film. Nia DaCosta directed it, and I really want the trilogy of films to happen. So we need everyone to go and see the Bone Temple for that to happen. So go see it.
Okay, deal. We'll try to make sure that happens.
Right.
Is there anything you haven't done, any part you haven't played, a role that you're just dying to do that excites you about the future?
Yeah, people ask me that, and I never know the answer because it's a mystery. Like, you know, and it's so random, unless you really develop something yourself, as I've been doing with the production company. But when you're a gun for hire, it's kind of random, and you don't know when, you know, what people are dreaming up and what directors are thinking of you or not. So for me, and it sounds so like trite and cliched, but like it has to represent a challenge every time. I desperately don't want to repeat myself. That's the ambition.
Well, I have to wrap. I appreciate your thoughtfulness and your work, and thank you so much for your time today.
Nice to talk, man.